Hey everyone, welcome to the Star Atlas DAOcast, the #1 podcast for news, updates, events, and all things Star Atlas. I'm the DAOcaster, your host, and today's topic in Star Atlas 101 is how and when, explaining the phases and the asset sales of Star Atlas. Now, if you're new to Star Atlas DAOcast, and especially if you're new to the game Star Atlas, for which this podcast is based on, you're in the right place. We're first starting with this Star Atlas 101 series, and it'll introduce you to the game, give you a pretty good understanding of why it was built, how it functions, and how you can get started with some sizable knowledge compared to other new players. Much of what you hear in these episodes is both paraphrased or quoted directly from the Star Atlas white paper, which can be found in the show notes. That being said, this will eventually turn into a weekly or maybe daily Star Atlas podcast that will feature guilds, give you news from around the Star Atlas Metaverse, and keep you in the know with everything Star Atlas. So let's dive in. Today's topic is how and when, explaining the phases of rollout and the asset sales of Star Atlas. Now, to complete the full version of the Star Atlas universe and game, fundraising in the form of asset sales will take place in several phases based on development milestones. For those of you who don't know, asset sales can be anything from ships, mining structures, the ability to claim land, collectibles, and more. They'll sell these assets before the game is actually playable, and you can buy and sell them on the marketplace to make money and upgrade ships in preparation. These assets will be in the form of non-fungible tokens. The great part about building this game on the blockchain is that all assets like ships and structured are also tied to the blockchain. Now, while NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, have put a bad taste in some people's mouths, they really are incredible when they are used for more than just selling auto-generated cartoons of kittens and apes. Your ship itself can be owned by you on the blockchain for everyone to see. When you want to sell it, the blockchain acts as an untrickable middleman for the transaction, and that transaction is visible on the blockchain for everyone to see. We can go much further into the benefits of tying the assets you own to the blockchain, but trust me, it's much better for the long-term career in the Star Atlas Metaverse. Now that we've covered what assets are, let's dive into Star Atlas's fundraising plan. I'm recording this before they have launched their full game, but even if you're listening afterward, this can be really insightful. Now in this episode, I'm going to go over their 5-phase plan. So let's start with phase 1. Phase 1 is called the Galactic Asset Offering, or GAO, and this took place in Q4 of 2021. And while game assets sold via the Star Atlas marketplace will not be playable until phase 2, open trading with other players and traders will be immediately available. Okay, I'm going to break down the different sizes and types of ships and how much they went for or sold for during this GAO. Now for our small ships, it includes small racers, fighters, and freighters like the Opal Jet, Pierce X4, and the Rainbow Kai. Now these initially costed anywhere from 15 to 1200 USDC, which is a stablecoin tied to the US dollar. Now the medium and large ships initially sold include ships like the VZUS OPOD Data Runner, more medium fighters, freighters, and bombers, and the Pierce R8 repair and refuel ship. These costed anywhere from 1500 to 9000 USDC. The capital ships offered include bombers, fighters, and transports like the Ogrica Jod Asteris, and will range from 25,000 to 30,000 USDC. The commander-class ships include the Pierce C-11 fighter and the Thimbull ECOS Triero bomber, ranging from 80,000 to 100,000 USDC. And the Titan-class ships that will be initially auctioned are the Pierce T-1, the Thimbull ECOS Super Phoenix, and the Busan Last Stand Mach 8, sold to the highest bidder. And later episodes of this podcast will go over each of the different ships and the different manufacturers in detail. Now, before you give up and say, we'll never be able to afford that, just wait, hear me out. This is why this game is so incredible. Through the ownership and trading of your assets as NFTs, and through the banding of guilds and factions in this game, your team will absolutely be able to afford these. Just start small and do what you can. You can hear more about guilds or teams that you can join in later episodes. Now let's move on to phase 2. Phase 2 of this fundraising effort will be in what they call a minigame. Essentially, you're able to purchase assets as NFTs and trade them on the marketplace for Atlas tokens or USDC, but we'll touch on Atlas tokens in a couple episodes. The marketplace minigame is their minimum viable product version of Star Atlas. You aren't limited to just trading though. It's also been stated that you're going to be able to send ships on missions and collect rewards through the browser experience. I'm assuming this will be similar to like Strike Team missions in Mass Effect Andromeda, but not much info has been revealed, although they've teased it on Twitter quite a bit. Then once Phase 2 is fully released, all efforts go to finish developing the in-game experience on Unreal Engine 5, slated to release in Q3 or July of 2022. Now from there, Phase 3 will present the first milestone of an actual game version, a functional Shipyard module. Now this mode allows players and collectors to view their final in-game assets, but is limited to the Shipyard of their chosen faction's central space station. These assets will include crew, components, and of course, ships. Then Phase 4 will be the final pre-sale before the full beta goes live, and they also describe a Phase 5, which I find interesting. They say in Phase 5 that, quote, all production-ready assets are no longer purchasable upon full launch of the live version of Star Atlas. This does not include the remaining Phase 3 beta sale assets. So I'm thinking when the game launches, you have to build assets from scratch, and that seems to make it more important to start buying early. And that is everything you need to know about the phased rollout and asset sales of Star Atlas. If you'd like to support this podcast, you can do so at anchor.fm/StarAtlasDAOcast/support, or you can find the link in the description, and you'll be the first to know about the fundraising NFT drop for this podcast. If you'd like to sponsor or be featured on this show, email me at sponsor@StarAtlasDAOcast.com. And if you can't support monetarily, then please consider leaving a review on your podcasting app so more people can learn to play this awesome game. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.